We stayed at one of the most expensive hotels in Honolulu, but was it worth it? Welcome back to Go Travel. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I appreciate your support. Okay, let's talk about the Halekulani Hotel located in Waikiki. First off, the hotel is beautiful. There's large open spaces, there's plenty of spots to lounge and get away, to enjoy the views and find some alone time. The hotel underwent an 18-month renovation, though we didn't stay here before, so I don't really have anything to compare it to. The staff is super friendly and inviting, and there actually is a bit of an air of luxury here. A very calming atmosphere, tucked away from the busyness of the rest of Honolulu. There's a pool, a beach, and restaurants inside the hotel. So what's not to love? Well, let me get into that. So first of all, the rooms. The rooms are nice. They're clean. The housekeeping staff does an afternoon and an evening turn down, which not a lot of places do. But I feel like for the amount that you're paying, there's just something missing, and I'm not entirely sure what it is. Though the rooms are renovated, they still feel a little bit dated, and I think I'm probably looking for something a little more modern, or maybe something refreshed, or something interesting. Now, we had a garden view room, which had glimpses of the ocean, but the doors need some work. At least a few times I was woken up in the middle of the night because of the noise from the street outside. You could say that's because of where the hotel is located, but we've stayed at the Sheraton next door and didn't have that issue. In fact, I haven't really had that issue in any of the hotels that we've stayed at in Honolulu in the past. So there's definitely something that needs to be fixed. The pool area is nice and there's plenty of seating both in the sun and shade, but depending on where you go, it can get pretty crowded. So there's no limit to how long your step can be on the seat for the staff to remove it. They'll never touch it. So I showed up one time at 7 o'clock in the morning and some of the prime spots were already taken for the rest of the day. Now, if you're at the pool and you order food, not only is it very pricey, but there's a 20% gratuity that gets added on. So for example, my wife ordered a fruit bowl. I think it came out to about $25 after tax and gratuity was included. No joke. It was kind of a little bit sad to look at. But the good news is there's an ABC store right across the street. So for all your food and beverage needs, I would say just hop over across the street, get some stuff and bring it back. The pool staff has no issue with you bringing in outside food or drink. There's afternoon and evening entertainment, which especially is nice in the evening when you're trying to kind of wind down for the night. There's also Orchids, which is a fancier dinner restaurant, and an even fancier place called lanais, located upstairs with views of the ocean and exceptional service. But you're also gonna be paying an exceptional price. They start at around $255 per person. It's a prefix menu and just goes up from there. And here's the thing, Halekulani in general is just, it's gonna be more expensive. People pay for this kind of luxury. Is it worth it? I'm not entirely sure. We ate at House Without a Key for dinner one night, and I've eaten at Orchids before, and I would say that the food is kind of underwhelming. Like, there's much better options located just outside of the hotel, and I'm not talking about the Denny's across the street, which is kind of ironic if you think about it, but you can get much better food for much less price if you go outside of the hotel, which is the case typically in a lot of hotels, but for the price that you're paying here, it's just really hard to justify. And here's the thing, the general atmosphere of this hotel is very calm and it's very serene. So the week that we were here, we never felt rushed or crowded, though the pool area did get a little bit busy. Now you need to use your room key to go to the beach and come back into the hotel, kind of fits in with the whole privacy thing. I would say the beach here is the most underwhelming one that we've been to. It's really tiny. The sand is a bit rough. The waves are a little harder. If you go over to the Sheraton or the Royal Hawaiian area, the beach is gonna be much nicer, but of course it's gonna be much busier. All right, now let's talk about the price. So for 7 days, or 7 nights, we paid $6,000 with flights included.
What?
That doesn't include food. That is strictly airfare and hotel.
We was robbed!
So is it worth it? I mean, that kind of depends on your budget, obviously. So if for you, 7-day trip for $6,000 is not a problem, then yeah, I say go for it. It's got a very exclusive atmosphere. It's very tucked away. It's at the end of the strip in Waikiki. There's a really good bakery across the street actually from Halekulani as well. But again, you're gonna be paying more. Now, if $6,000 seems outlandish to you, then yeah, I'd say don't go there. There's much better options. just right next door actually, the excellent Sheraton, which I've actually done a review on in the channel. I'll link it here as well for you. Now, as for me, if I could find a deal to Halekulani for about $4,500 without kids, I'd probably take that deal. That's actually a pretty good price for this hotel. That said, we went in July, which typically is one of the hottest months in Honolulu or in Hawaii, and it wasn't that hot actually, which was perfect for us. It was like in the low 80s basically the entire time. We hung out in the pool area, we went to the beach. I actually didn't even use any tanning lotion or sunblock at all, and honestly, I turned out pretty nice. So let me just break this down into sort of the pros and cons of the hotel. Let's start with the pros. There's a calming atmosphere. It's not as much foot traffic. You feel more secluded. If you're here with kids, the pool is in a very contained area, so you know exactly where your kids are gonna be the entire time. That's actually really nice. The architecture of the hotel is beautiful. Like I said, you could spend time just walking around, taking it all in. The landscaping is immaculate. Like they take care of that grass and the flowers and everything like nobody's business. It's really impressive. The staff is really friendly and accommodating. Like I mentioned, the housekeeping takes care of your room twice a day. It's really nice. You don't have to worry about it. The staff will offer you recommendations of places to go and things to do. And the location of the hotel is just really great. It's in Waikiki. It's located just blocks away from great shopping, restaurants, entertainment. Whatever you need is within walking distance of the hotel. You don't really have to travel anywhere unless you want to do excursions and things like that. Now, as for the cons. So obviously, like I mentioned, it's very expensive. $6,000 for a week seems ludicrous for a lot of people. I totally understand that. And again, the beach is really small and the sand is a bit rough, so you'd have to walk over to a different area of Waikiki if you wanted to get a better beach experience. And the food options at the hotel are lacking and they're wildly expensive. So save yourself some time, go somewhere else. There's a lot of really great food located in Waikiki that's just not at this hotel. But these are just my opinions, and this is my honest take review. And I want to hear from you guys. Have you stayed at the Halekulani before and you say, no, I completely disagree? Let me know in the comments below. If there's other places that you've stayed at which are much better, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.